Hi everyone! I was really honored and thrilled when Nikki asked me to contribute to the last week of the Buffy rewatch. I wanted to do something a little different, so I wrote a poem. And it's pretty long, so I decided to go out on a limb and actually record it on video. So I hope you like it. Here it is. Lost was over, the end had come. Our hearts were reeling, our souls were numb. And then from the dark, a bright light shone through. Our savior, she cried, we'll start something new. A rewatch, or first watch for some, I suppose, of Buffy, you know, the best of all shows. 3 episodes a week I'll post on my blog. We all felt such joy coming out of our fog. She gathered contributors, the best of the best. She plotted, she planned, this would be quite a test. A start date was chosen, the schedule was right, and finally the first post was on Nick at Night. Now I could go on and tell you all about Nick, about all the comments and viewers and wit, but let's get to Buffy, the star of the show, and her gang called the Scoobies, who you've come to know. Season 1 was the start, where we met one and all. There was Willow and Xander and Cordy, the doll. We met Giles the Watcher, and Buffy herself, and Angel the Vampire, who made my heart melt. The big bad for the season, the Master, that fool, tried to open the Hellmouth that's below the high school. He killed our dear Buffy after drinking her blood, but Xander revived her, proving he's not a dud. Season 2 broke my heart, it's the best of the show. It brought Oz the werewolf, Willow's stoic new beau. We met Spike and Drusilla, vamps we love to hate. We saw Giles with Jenny, it seemed it was fate. We saw Cordy with Xander, and Angel with Buffy. We met Kendra the Slayer, she was kinda stuffy. Willow started to dabble in witchcraft and spells. If only we'd known, but we couldn't foretell. Then drastic results came out of the blue when Angel turned Angelus and Jenny he slew. The tears, oh, they flowed for our watcher Giles. How could our Angel be something so vile? But Buffy, as always, stood strong and severe. She stood against Angelus. She showed him no fear. She staked that bad vamp, drove it right through his heart. She sent him to hell, and then saw, with a start, that Angel was back. His soul had returned. But it was too late, now in hell he would burn. And Buffy lost strength, her heart wouldn't mend. She left Sunnydale. Could this be the end? But no, season 3 was the next to arrive, with Buffy, now Anne, in LA to survive. She quickly returned to her proper home, and thank God she did, the Slayer wasn't alone. You see, Faith followed Kendra when that Slayer died, so she joined the Scoobies and had a bit too much pride. Then Angel returned from the pits of hell, but Buffy, she knew what fate would befell. So they stayed apart, as hard as it was. And then we met Wesley, who created a buzz. We also meet Anya here in season 3. Now most of our players are here, you will see. The big bad, the mayor, won over poor Faith, who's now full of anger and malice and hate. She battled with Buffy, and our Slayer won. In a coma, she's down for the count. Faith is done. The mayor ascends, and Snyder is eaten. The students assembled, the big snake was beaten. The school is destroyed, Angel heads to LA, and the Scoobies move on to college. Hooray! But wait, not so fast. Now we're in season 4. Yes, that dreaded season, which is mostly a bore. With its highs and its lows, like Hush and Beer Bad, we meet Riley, the Initiative, and Oz leaves. So sad. The big bad is Adam, and Spike gets his chip, and Willow meets Tara, and they start their courtship. Faith comes and goes, as Faith tends to do, and Xander and Anya start their courtship too. Adam is beaten, and Restless comes last, which foreshadows what will next come to pass. And that's season 4, and that's more than enough. Now let us move on. Season 5. Oh, it's rough. It's here that we meet Buffy's little sis Dawn. It's she who's at fault for the current goings-on, as annoying as heck, but I guess she's the key, and she's wanted by this season's baddie, Glory. We must bid adieu to Riley, poor guy, flew off in a chopper, away into the sky. Spike's shocked when he's hit in the face with a fact. He's in love with Buffy. Opposites do attract. The brilliance of Joss must be mentioned here. The body, its excellence and genius is clear. It's where we lose Joyce, and I sob without shame. Joss knew how to write it. He's felt that pain. In the end is the gift that our Slayer gives, sacrifices herself so that Dawn may still live. Our Buffy is gone. Her friends are distraught. On her headstone the words, "She saved the world." a lot. Season 6 is up next. Buffy's brought back to life by her friends, meaning well, thinking hell wasn't nice. See, that's where they thought she was suffering, alone, but they pulled her from heaven, and they didn't know. It's here that we see my favorite of all. It's Once More with Feeling. Oh, how I bawl. I know all the words and sing along loudly. My 3-year-old requests it. Mommy, puppy peas. She says it so proudly. Back to the show. Where? Season 6. Yeah, that's right. Giles returns to England, dons a thief. What a plight. Buffy gets a job. She starts selling fast food. She also starts seeing Spike in the nude. The Troika's a threat. Warren, Jonathan, and what's his name? And Xander leaves Anya at the altar. What a shame. Anya returns to her demony vengeance, and Willow's addiction makes things very tense. Spike attacks Buffy, then feels shame and remorse. He leaves Sunnydale to find his last resort. Willow stops using, and Tara comes back, and Buffy, she thwarts the Troika's attack. But Warren returns, and he brings a gun. He shoots our poor Slayer. The viewers are stunned. And then, oh, we see, a stray bullet has found. Your shirt, Tara says, as she falls to the ground. Our hearts again broken, for Tara held dear, and Willow goes dark. It's the worst of our fears. She tortures, then slays he who's at fault, then turns her attention to another assault. But Giles returns in the nick of time, and battles with Willow, but she's in her prime. Our Watcher is bested, our Slayer is trapped, the world is in danger, Dark Willow has snapped! But out of the darkness, our hero appears, the heart of the Scoobies. He's known her for years. How does he do it? What finally breaks through? Just one yellow crayon, and the words, I love you. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that Spike, he's been busy with passing some tests and the like. And what does he get at the end? What's his goal? Oh, nothing of any import. Just his soul. At last, season 7, we've come to the end. Potentials are dying, must learn to defend. James Marsters as Spike is the best of the best. When he asks, while I sob, can we rest now, Buffy? Can we rest? The high school's rebuilt in the exact same old spot, and Buffy starts working at the place she was taught. Potentials move in, the council is dead, the first evil is back, there's so much blood shed. It's hunting the Watchers, the Slayers, the Chosen. If they're extinct, the balance is broken. The Uber Vamps are tough to defeat. The Bringers, a group of assassins, elite. The son of a Slayer, Principal Wood, sculpted and trained right from his boyhood to kill a vamp who'd beaten and drained his mother, would learn that Spike was that vamp's name. Of course his plan failed, but sadly it caused a rift between Buffy and Giles that was the start of the doubt and distrust in our Slayer. As one, all the Scoobies and Chosen betray her. Willow brings Faith in to help with the fight, and it's to her they turn, leaving Buffy outright. After a battle gone horribly wrong, they tried to beat Caleb, but he's terribly strong. Xander loses an eye, potentials are slain. Is it possible the first will have its reign? The townsfolk are fleeing, they're leaving their homes. Our Slayer's dejected, defeated, alone. With Spike's help, she snaps out of her despair. She battles with Caleb. She knows that Faith erred. Now wielding her scythe, she runs to the trap. She helps them escape from the bomb blast. Holy crap! The Scoobies all pledge their loyalty again to Buffy, the Slayer, the hero. Amen. She kills off bad Caleb, kisses Angel hello. He gives her an amulet to be worn by a vamp sold. Buffy declines Angel's offer of aid. He backs into the shadows as he did that first day. Our Buff has a plan. The potential's now Slayers. The last battle comes. The Earth needs a savior. The high school, the place, the last of their fights. It's all come full circle. It only seems right. A wonderful scene as death and pain loom. Our original 4 and Giles, the Earth is definitely doomed. The 4 become 3, then 2 and then 1. On the front line, Buffy, Spike, Faith, the Chosen. White Willow brings tears. This is our beloved. We all saw her strength, knew she'd rise above it. As we watch the battle, it seems all is lost. Buffy's down, Anya's dead. What a cost! What a cost! But Slayers all rally. Buffy stands and she fights, and our least likely hero, suddenly bathed in sunlight. You see, Spike is ensouled, and so he is the key. The amulet Angel brought around Spike's neck, aptly. It channels the sunlight through dear William's soul, and dusts all the Turrican. To hell they all go. The ground starts to shake. The earth quakes and rumbles. The Slayers all flee. Buffy stays, doesn't stumble. She tries to bring Spike. He insists he must stay. I love you. No, you don't. But thanks for saying. Buffy runs and Spike laughs. Want to see how it ends? Our dear boy turns to dust as the Hellmouth descends. The Scoobies escape, but they're not without loss. Anya, Spike, many Slayers. So sad. Such a cost. Sunnydale was destroyed, and my tears were now flowing. The last shot of Buffy, with a smile, clearly showing that they will live on, be okay, fight the fight, out there, somewhere close, with her stake in the night. As I snap from my thoughts of the Scoobies and Buff, I realize this time of goodbyes will be tough. My Tuesdays will lack. I'll feel lost and alone. Nick at Night and you all feel so much like home. Mayor Babe and QM, Lisa, Colleen, and Missy, Paige, Dusk, Corks, Euphemia, Suzanne. Oh, I'm being a sissy. Nikki, let me just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. You're amazing, which I knew from the start. Take a break and relax. Take some time. You deserve it. A few weeks, a few months. We all know you won't quit. I'm here at the end. It's my final goodbye. So what do you think, guys? Next rewatch. Firefly? Bye, guys.